Buenos dias, good morning. Welcome to Cafecito con HACE. My name is Noel Rodriguez. I'm a senior program manager here at HACE. I'm sipping on my light and sweet café con leche this morning, and I'm joined by my co-host, our other senior program manager, Berenis Vargas Luna. So a little more about HACE. If you're unfamiliar with us, we're the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement. Our mission is to positively impact the workplace by cultivating the pipeline of Latino and diverse talent. One of the main events of our year is our annual summit. The theme this year is Breaking Barreras, Cultivating the Power of Líderes. And Berenice and I today are here to sort of spill all the cafecito on HACE Summit. If you've never been, this is your sign to join us. You'll hear all about how to do that shortly. If you've been before, you already know the incredible moments, some of which we'll share shortly. Let's get right into it. Bere, lead us off.
Buenos dias, mi gente. Good morning. We're so excited to invite you to this HACE Summit preview during our cafecito. I'm also drinking my cafecito this morning. Let us know, drop in the chat how you take, what's your favorite beverage in the morning and how you prefer that. If it's coffee, if it's tea, if it's team agua, lattes. There's so many drinks going on in the morning to fuel us up. But we're here to fuel you up with really giving you the download of what is happening at our annual leadership summit. It is our one-year professional development event. It's the largest gathering for the HACE Comunidad. And so we're here to give you the breakdown of what to expect, how to get your ticket, and how to make the most out of your 2 days there with us at the convene at the Willis Tower, aka Sears Tower for us Chicagoans. So one thing that I would love to hear about is, one, drop in the chat your cafecito or beverage choice in the morning. But we're going to cover today what is Summit, who it's for, and our personal favorite moments, the Sears tracks, the special programming that you do not want to miss out on, and again, how to get your ticket. So let me start off with, what is the HACE Annual Leadership Summit? It has been going on for years, and it's really the flagship professional development conference for the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement. Like I said, it's the largest gathering in the HACE Comunidad, and this year's theme is Breaking Barreras, Cultivating the Power of Líderes. We're taking 2 full days, Wednesday and Thursday, April 29th and 30th at Convene in Chicago. And there's also a virtual option that Noel will tell us a little bit more about later in this conversation. And the beautiful thing about this annual leadership summit is who this is built for. It is built for our comunidad. It's for early career professionals, senior líderes, people making career pivots, people who maybe are the only one in the room. We've all been there, right? You're the only one in the room in the company, and you want to find your comunidad. This conference holds space for all of that. And I'll say, as we move into our special moments here, is before I joined the HACE organization, I worked in trade shows for 17 years. And so I've been to many events. And I can tell you that my favorite one is the HACE Summit. It was the first time back in 2022 when I joined the organization. I joined a month before the HACE Summit. So it was really jumping in, feet first into this community. But just walking into the space and looking around and seeing all the people around me that looked just like me, had my same background, talked like me, looked like me, had those same preferences, and also our cultural differences. And so we come together in this space, and it's just such a beautiful moment. It's honestly one of my favorite things. And I guess I'll go into that, is we do want to talk about what is our favorite moment at Summit. And there's so many different moments, and what makes it different is that intersectionality of comunidad, of cultura, of career and growth, all in that space. And so for us, it's not just a conference, it's a reunion, it's a homecoming. It is getting to know the individuals that we worked with in this virtual space and getting to see them face to face. And so for me, I think it's that my favorite moment is that, Noel, is seeing everyone in person, people walking up to me and saying, I did mujeres, or I did this, or I did that, and being able to finally hug each other, right, and have that contact. I think that's my favorite moment. So Noel, tell me, what is your favorite moment for Summit? I know you've had a few summits already.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Bede, and I totally resonate because that's going to be one of my moments. I'll let you all know I just celebrated 2 years with ASE, but funny enough, this is actually going to be my third summit. Similar to Bede, I started and really just immediately flew to Chicago and jumped in to our community. I've had the pleasure almost every single year to be at our registration table, and that may seem like a cop out, so I'll give you 2 moments because our registration table, you really start seeing everybody. We've really all, so many of us, been working in this digital space where we see each other only behind a virtual screen. So getting to see each other in person, be in community with each other, I cannot underscore enough how meaningful that moment is, the incredible conversations that happen, both professional conversations, fun conversations. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a year. How's the family? But then my true sort of real moment are our sort of main stage keynote speeches. One from last year has sat with me the entire year by Monica Ramirez, the co-founder of Justice for Migrant Women, that really tied our movement to also farm workers. You may be sitting in a corporate office, but all of us are interconnected in this bigger mission to build sort of the country that we're trying to build, and that has really sustained me for this entire year of tumultuous change. So I definitely look forward to those incredible main stage moments. I got two. Do you want to give us another quick little moment, Betty, since I said two of them?
Yay, okay, I got another one. I think the music. There's, our comunidad and music, food, people, right? Those are the ingredients that you need to have just an amazing gathering. And that's what we get to experience at the ACES Summit is La Música. So if you've been there before, I'm sure we've danced together on that dance floor, either during the happy hour or the award celebration or in any other moment, because as soon as the music starts, we go. And so to me, it's a música. It's being able to be at work, but also have fun, to be at work, but also connect with people, to be at work and grow, but also experience so many things that really uplift and power and recharge me for the rest of the year too, right? You feel that buzz of the summit, and you bring that home with you, and it carries you through for a while, right? Until the next big moment. And so I feel like La Música, the dancing, the fun that we get to have is my other favorite moment, because there's definitely work, but there's definitely fun there too.
I love that, and feel free. We just saw that come up. That comment from our good friend Ruby Garcia Sasson was, perfectly timed with Bere's comment. Keep dropping in the chat your favorite summit moments. We definitely want to read them and pop them up. Now we want to go into sort of the intentional space that we are creating for you over these 2 days, and the reason these incredible moments come to life is because of some really thoughtful programming. So let's go a little bit through our agenda, what our tracks are looking like in terms of what you can expect in terms of programming. Betty, I can kick us off with the first pillar if you like.
Let's do it.
Amazing. So our first pillar is called Inspira, which is inspire in Spanish. And this is really our thought leadership pillar. How I describe this pillar is really, it's all about looking into the future. What are the trends? What are the next things that we are seeing? We hear all about AI, but the session I'm most looking forward to in this track is called Wealth con Propósito, from money mindset to financial momentum. We know, gas is very expensive right now. We know the economy is in a tumultuous place at the moment. So really getting your money in the right state of mind so that you can have a really sustainable future for yourself, for your family, and for your communities. So really looking forward to that one. Also, lots of incredible topics around thought leadership in that session.
Love it. Thank you so much, Noel. What I really love about the summit is that it's organized around these 3 different tracks. And so you can mix and match based on where you are in your journey, right? You don't have to sit in one track. You can cross over all the different educational experiences. And, the other track I'll mention is Conecta. Conecta is all about talent acquisition and connection. So if you're hiring, you're job searching, if you're building your network, which we are always building our network, right? We should always be doing that. And so building your network, this track is something that you should take a look at and see what sessions fall under this Conecta track, because it's about opening those pathways and building the kind of relationships that actually change careers. A lot of individuals walk into Summit and walk out with so many potential connections and opportunities. And so these sessions and the individuals in the session really lend to opening those pathways.
Mm. I love that. So excited for that. Not to play favorites, but this next track is my personal favorite. I am the track chair. I have been working night and day on this session, on this pillar, which is crece, which means grow in Spanish. This is all about professional development. So really giving you the tools to advance and really sustain your career. We're talking through fundamental things like owning your power, authenticity, networking, mentorship, and sponsorship. Really incredible tools, tips, and tricks on how to really sustain and grow your career. The session that I'm most looking forward to as a first gen college grad, first gen forever in corporate America, is our session called Trailblazing with Resilience, Leading Without a Roadmap. Really talking about the fundamental skill that many first gen folks know of resiliency, how to bounce back, how to create new spaces that maybe weren't meant for us and create communities that can sustain and support us. So really looking forward to that. Lots of other incredible sessions, as I mentioned. And Bede, you want to tell us about our last track or pillar?
Yes. And so, one session that I do want to call out is the belonging, moving beyond culture fit, culture add, and actually looking at how companies embed inclusion and create safe spaces for the diversity community, right? For our multicultural and our differences. So real talk from leaders, from coaches, mentor, mentee voices. And so really captivating our sense of comunidad and belonging in that space.
Love that. That is so incredible. And there's so much more. Our colleagues are going to be dropping the links to our landing page for our summit for you to check out all the programming, all of the agenda in detail. We also have an incredible awards dinner and celebration, incredible main stage moments such as our keynote speakers. Our Cafecito will be live right there in Chicago. Now, we've given you a lot, but I want to tell you a little bit more because there's going to be some additional special programming during our summit. I get so many steps in during our summit. I'm sure you do too, but I'm always on my Apple Watch, and we're just going all around the convene center. Because of these incredible additional programming. The first one I want to tell you about is our coaching corner. So we will have, as an additional add-on to our summit, an incredible opportunity for you to have a 1 hour live session with an executive coach. We know executive coaching can be very out of reach in terms of costs, but you're at Summit, right? You want to advance your career. You want to talk through a problem, or create a solution, create some goal settings in that hour with an executive coach. Coaching Corner lets you take the time to do that in an intimate space right there in the summit when the conversation is fresh, the networking is fresh. You can do that right then and there, right on the summit. On the summit screen, you can just add a coaching corner session and we will partner you up with an executive coach. What else can folks look forward to, Betty?
I'm so excited for Coaching Corner, by the way. So definitely take advantage of having that one-on-one conversation. Another opportunity that we have is going to be the Amigahood. So we've all heard, whether you know it by Amigahood or if you know it by We All Grow. This is the community specifically for mujeres, for entrepreneurs, for individuals who are looking to find their comunidad, to gather with other mujeres, to connect and exist in that community. And so it is a brave space to have those conversations. So if you're a woman attending Summit, you want to make sure that you check out the Amigahood session. And then we will also have a couple of Latino authors and vendors at the summit. And so I'll let Noel talk about the authors. But in terms of the vendors, we have individuals that if you've been to Summit before, you may have seen one or two of them in the past with amazing local artwork from Chicago, really uplifting La Comunidad, representing with their merch. And so you'll see those vendors available as you walk back and forth from one space to the other. You'll see those vendors available there. And then we will also have We'll have art, we'll have vendors there, and then we'll have an author's corner so that you can pick up and talk to a few Latino authors as well.
Yes, that space is one of my favorites. I'm a total book nerd, always looking for new recommendations. I think every single summit I've gone home with a book or two. And the most incredible thing is the authors will be right then and there. So you'll have incredible conversations about their intent behind the book. You'll get it signed, which is makes it a really fun experience, and you get to have a conversation with them all about it. We have a comment here from Miriam. Happy to be an executive coach and participate in her first HACE summit in Chicago. Incredible. Thank you for joining us, Miriam, one of our incredible program leads and executive coaches. We'll be doing live coaching at our coaching corner. We cannot talk it up enough. It's an incredible add-on to the summit experience. And folks really, have some incredible transformative change just in 1 hour and leave with some really great goals of what they're going to do next, which is really, part of what we're there at Summit for, to fuel us on to the next year. So now that we've convinced you, right? We know you're convinced to join us. Let's talk about how you can actually get to Summit. Betty, you want to tell us a little bit of how folks go about getting tickets for our summit?
Yes, how to get your ticket, how to get access to the community. So there's a couple of ways. We're going to drop a link in the chat where you can visit the aseonline.org/summit 2026 event page that has the full agenda. It has all the speakers listed, hotel accommodations if you are driving in or traveling in, and you can then click on get your tickets and register directly through the Eventbrite page. Now we have a couple of different ticket options. The in-person Leadership Summit event, and that includes the 2 days of conference, so Wednesday and Thursday, includes networking lunch on both days, all the conferences taking place. So you have full access to the conference itself with the in-person ticket. Then you can add the award celebration ticket, which is our award ceremony, our fundraising event that takes place also on Wednesday night. So 2 different events, 2 different tickets, but you can pick them up both through that Eventbrite website. Then we have a bundle that's available if you want to participate in the award celebration and also the in-person summit and also the virtual summit. So we will have a separate virtual event that Noel will give us a little bit more information on here in just a second, but you have a couple of options there on how you want to experience the HACE Summit this year. There's a separate ticket price at different price points, and if you're an alum, check your HACE newsletter or send me a DM on LinkedIn or on my email. I'm sure you have my email, or any of the program managers that you've worked with in the past, because you receive an alumni discount code. You get a percentage off that ticket price. And so if you don't have that newsletter, reach out to us directly. It will point you in the right direction so that you can redeem your discount code. And for those of us in corporate environments, this also can count as professional development training. So you have access to training funds. Make sure that you are asking your employer, your supporters to cover this training for you and help elevate your professional growth as well. Noel?
Yes. And I'll double down on that last piece. I was formerly in the corporate space, and I left so many of those professional development dollars on the floor. We're entering Q2, I believe. Your managers, your supervisors want you to have that professional development space, and these 2 days you're going to get so much out of it. As you see probably in the chat, you can go on that agenda and see how much ground we're really covering across these 3 tracks. So it's really an incredible moment, not just for the professional development piece, but also for the networking piece, gathering a lot of insights from chief diversity officers, folks really driving the trends across many, many different industries in our country. So definitely, say to your boss, I'd like to attend HACE Summit. It's a professional development conference focused on leadership and career growth. I'd love your company's support. Go ahead and do it now. We're 2 weeks out from the summit, and hopefully your employer can go ahead and support you there. But I will also say, to Betty's point, just to double click on that, if you are one of our alumni, we do have an incredible discount code. So reach out to us all about that. Check it out in your newsletter, send us an email or a DM. definitely want to make sure that you all get that discount to join us so we can do in-person hugs instead of virtual hugs at our summit. So, Beta, you mentioned the virtual summit. Let me tell you a little bit about that. And as we're getting towards the end of our cafecito, please go ahead and drop in any questions that you may have. If it's about our favorite moments, what Beta and I are going to wear during the summit, what our favorite song to dance to on the dance floor. Any questions are totally valid. For the first time ever, we will have a fully separate virtual summit. That is to go ahead and make this event as accessible as possible to continue the conversation beyond summit. Those 2 days are really going to fly by. So having a virtual option where we go ahead and take a look at some topics from the summit, some new topics, some pre-recorded content, some live panels, and incredible content is going to make our summit and our message of breaking barreras a lot more accessible to lots of different folks. So if you're not able to join us in Chicago, if you're worried like me that it may be a little too cold still and not enough spring weather yet, then go ahead and check out this virtual summit option. You can go ahead and check it out right on our website. Our colleagues will drop the link there as well. You can take a look at all that information. That is going to be on May 20th. So roughly a little less than a month after our in-person summit in Chicago, we will have that virtual one. We will do those virtual hugs, have all the incredible questions and incredible content right on there. Anything else you wanted to let us know, Bette, before we start to wrap up here?
Well, I would love to open it up to any questions, and I do see one in the chat about how do we schedule the coaching sessions, which is a great question. Thank you so much, Veronica. So Coaching Corner is available as an add-on ticket to your summit purchase. So if you already bought your ticket and didn't see the Coaching Corner add-on on there, you can actually log into your Eventbrite account and go to the event and then add on that ticket for yourself. The Coaching Corner is available on Wednesday, April 29th, and there's 2 time slots available, 11:30 to 12:30, and then 1:45 to 2:45. So you'll have the option to select either of those 2 options as you're booking your Coaching Corner ticket, and it's just available as an add-on. If you haven't gotten your summit ticket, you do need a summit ticket to add coaching. So go to the website, the link that we dropped in the chat, that Summit 2026 event page, get your tickets, and you'll see the Coaching Corner add-on with the other ticket options that you'll see noted. Thank you, Veronica, for that one.
I love that, Bere. So exciting. So many options for you all to join us at Summit. Make it an incredible 2 days, but then also add some incredible additional programming. And if you're not able to join us at Summit, you can reach us at our virtual summit, get engaged with HACE, and connect with all the incredible content that we have for you. Yes, Tina says an incredible virtual option. I love it. I'm really excited for the programming for that virtual summit. So, Beta, any last words as we begin to wrap up? Or if you want to share another quick little moment from Summit that might have come to mind as we're speaking about it?
Yes, there's one more question on does Coaching Corner have a cap? Yes, there are limited spots available, so be sure that you grab yours before they are filled up. I believe we have 10 spots available. We still have those 10 spots available, so be sure to check those out as well. And I think I just want to quantify when we look at the investment of time, the investment of energy, and the investment of money, right? Because at the end of the day, money is a tool. And so we need to understand what we're spending that is actually going into something that is worthwhile, and it's the investment. And I definitely feel that with 15 breakout sessions across 3 tracks, that's 12 to 15 hours of conference sessions that you have access to, along with the special programming like the Authors Corner, access to the small business vendors, the book signings, the networking lunch that we have available. You don't have to pay for lunch, and just the access to the community. I feel like there's definitely a lot of worth there to quantify the investment that you're making. And so I think for 2 full days, 18 hours of programming, 15 breakout sessions. If we look at the conference in its totality and all that you get to walk away with, I think it's a very good investment of your time and energy.
I love that bit, and I think we may have another question wrapping up. And I will say, we cannot quantify enough the comunidad, the community that you're going to have over those 2 days, and how much they are going to sustain you for the rest of the year. Veronica says, is the virtual option is the actual summit or completely different topics? So we will have a mixture of both. We will have some content from our conference in Chicago, some of our sort of top sessions and top topics that we want you all to know about, but we will have additional programming as well, some new topics. So it's definitely worth it to go ahead and get both options if you want to be with us in Chicago or if you want to be on the virtual summit. Will the summit be recorded and shared with participants? Unfortunately, our in-person summit will not be recorded. So we definitely want to see you there at Convene at the Sears Tower, right then and there in person, so you can catch all the incredible knowledge, tips and tricks, and networking right there in person. And then if you're not able to join us, then you can join the virtual summit.
And one last question that I noticed here: what is happening at the summit on April 30th? So that's day 2 of the summit. And so there's lots happening. It is a shorter day, but we kick off day 2 with our programs. What are we calling it, Noel?
Our celebration. Yeah, it's going to be a huge celebration.
We are opening day 2. The programs team will be providing some awards. We're recognizing some alumni in our community that are barrier breakers, change makers, líderes. So we definitely want to celebrate them and really introduce to you all the work that we've done, how many alums have gone through the programs, what is our leadership pipeline looking like. And so that's definitely happening in the morning on day 2. Make sure you come and catch us as we're providing those awards. We'll have more conferences happening that day. And then we will have our networking lunch. And then we will close the day with Pláticas con la Comunidad, which is a session that I am managing in the main stage. It is the last session of the day. We'll hear from alums from the different leadership programs from HACE, representing Multicultural Leadership Program, Hombres de HACE, Mujeres de HACE, and speaking on their leadership moments. Defining your leadership moments. What did you learn? What was the challenge? And how did you move forward? And then we're going to flip the conversation to the room, and the individuals in the room will be able to define your own leadership moments with your partner, with your neighbor, so that we can practice storytelling, visibility, advocating for ourselves, right? This is what all of this is about. So that's one thing I'm really excited for on day 2 is our program's graduation celebration, but also our ending with Pláticas con la Comunidad. It'll be a way to end the session and really bring you all into the conversation. So lots happening on both days.
Oh my gosh, Betty, I got like goosebumps like imagining all the incredible, connections and conversations that are going to happen. Also, that program celebration is called Voices of Leadership Celebrando Impacto. So really join us on that Wednesday morning. You'll see us up on stage delivering some incredible news about our summit. So our time here is wrapped up during our cafecito. Thank you so much for joining us. I am counting the days to see you all in Chicago at our summit. The links are in the description. Grab the newsletter, find your code, and register. We will see you at Summit. Hasta pronto. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Come find us. Come say hi. Come give us a hug, please. We'll see you at Summit. Bye, familia.
Thanks for being here.